I have longer appointments. I do rehab and soft tissue work that I all kind of like conglomerate into one, visit. That again tends to be a longer thing, but then I tend to see that my patient outcomes, my patients get better faster. And it might be that most of my patients don't necessarily come in with like a crazy active complaint, but that's something that, or they do, but it's because of the way that I treat them and the way that I model my practice. And hey, this isn't just me. You're going to see me for, 20 minutes today. That's 40 minutes maybe this week, which in the scheme of things is not that much time. So I'm going to give you this other stuff that you got to do. And if you're not going to do that, like, you're really not going to, this is just going to drag it out. So that's where I come to the problem of like, if I don't know how quickly my patient's going to get better. So when I tell them it's going to be, 18, 20 visits, or, even if it's 6 to 12 visits, I'm like, yeah, they can prepay for it, but.
From what I've seen, none of us do. You have no idea how one person's going to respond versus
Sure.
another. So that's why you have a general guideline.
Right.
And one of the things that I liked with Glowacki is he does research and figures out that it takes so many months. It takes 90 days to have like everyday full soft tissue correction. Mm-hmm. So if you think about that and you're only seeing them for that week for 40 minutes in that total, how much change can you expect in that? So you do it slightly different than us, but that doesn't mean that you might have less visits per week.
Sure.
But you should still have a certain amount. You should still be recommending 12 visits.
Yeah.
They're going to get better in that before that. And that's one of the things with, like I said, everybody that I've seen, 24 visits is kind of the general guidelines. People will go to 36 and 12, kind of depends. The way I've been basing it is off of x-rays. I know you probably don't do x-rays, so you have some sort of different things that we can try and figure out to give you a guideline. But with the x-rays, if they're a grade 1 degeneration, I do 12 visits. If they're grade 2 or above, it's 24. If they're really severe, it's 36. What you could do is just recommend blocks of 12.
Yeah.
We're going to reevaluate after 12, see how you're doing. If we need another 12, we can come to that when we get to there. But I would recommend getting them on a plan and a schedule, so then you have some sort of measured basis to go off of. And I haven't said it makes sense to do that because the science shows that they are getting better. And if you put them on an actual care plan, it's just like when they go to a doctor and get prescriptions, they're going to have to take 3 a day, blah, 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 blah. So you're still a doctor, you're prescribing an adjustment. How often they take it is going to depending on what you say, but you're going to be more likely to keep them on it.
My other question then is so let's say I do 12 visits. Are you then basing what they're paying off of what their insurance copay is, or their deductible, or the combination of both? Or are you just saying this is what the total cost is, you're paying for that? Because because how I'm dealing with this is, I collect copays, but the insurance is paying the bulk of what's happening.
So most of the time they do, this is your expected out-of-pocket balance. This is from what I've seen from people who do it. I don't do it, but that's generally what you do is you say, hey, here's a piece of paper. Here's your expected out-of-pocket expenses.
The only one you don't do that on is Medicare, because you cannot accept fees up front for Medicare. You have to do it per visit.
I have in my location.
All of them?
Great.
You got all the Medicare patients. So yeah, no, if you're taking a copay, then you just say for those 12 visits, it's going to be this much. We have 3 different options to take care of that. 1, 2, and 3. Take it. And then since you're spending so much time with them, once they're done, they're done. They don't have to pay another. They don't have to sit there and pay. The only thing they have to do is schedule if you don't have a schedule set up for them already. So it makes it easier on you. It makes it easier on them, and it keeps them accountable, because if they pay for it, they're going to come in.
Right.
So it's a script. You need to get a script down, Brady.
Well, technically I have one. I just don't do it.
Well, we need to work on that.
Yeah, I know.
So that will help. That will help with getting them into maintenance. And then as far as the other part of it was kind of patients referring, I believe, is the big thing that we were going to talk about as well.
Wait,
so
I have a question about the retention. Are you sending out like still doing the birthdays, and like what other stuff are you doing? Are you doing Pinnacle?
Yeah.
So,
I am, yeah.
So do you do like a monthly, or do you come in and you add the birthdays to your daily thing, your daily morning? So you go in and then you go in the day and you see whose birthday is that day, or are you just saying happy birthday for the month, or?
So everybody's a little different. I do it per month, just because it makes it easier. Clanton, gosh, man, you're getting muted. Okay, so yeah, I do it per month. The way I was doing it before was daily. So if you look at it at the week, so you print it out for the week of the ones that are coming up. I haven't looked into how Innate's running it right now because I don't have a ton of patients at the moment. So I'm just doing it as they come and just keeping track. But once I get to a more developed system, I would like to be able to do it birthday week. When you start getting into days, if you're seeing 3, 4, 500 patients a week, having to do that daily is a lot. So I would probably do it probably per week. Just say, hey, it's your birthday week.
Okay. And then when they stop coming, I know it says 0 to 14. What do you do as far as, okay, so they missed 2 weeks? Do you do it at the 14, at the 3 month, or
So
do you?
I was doing, so when they miss their appointment, you either do it that night or next day, the next shift, 2 weeks, 6 months, and then done. If they don't respond after that, then you're done. I have heard of, I believe it was Brady, I think you did this year, where you sent out to any of your patients, if you have their information, you're still allowed to reach out to them. So send out like a, hey, Happy New Year. As an appreciation, we'd love to be able to give you a free visit. Come on back in. So you can try and get them back in. Because just because they aren't coming in doesn't mean that it's something you did wrong. They just lost time, they're feeling better, whatever. So just reach out to them every now and then, but make it less personable. Because if you keep hassling them with a text message or an email just to them, it might put a sour taste in their mouth.
I kind of got that idea in congruency with another chiro that I'm kind of doing management company stuff with. And I think the way that I went about it, she was like, yeah, you're really in the gray area on what you're doing. She's like, at worst, like they'll probably come back with a slap on the hand. Like, if anything, she's like your state board would come back and like, hey, you can't do that. But at the same time, it's like, sent it out to anybody, like any of my patients. And further than that, I was like, hey, if you bring this back in, like if and when they brought it back in, I'd give it back to them and say, hey, give this to somebody that you know needs it, and I'll honor it for them too. So it was a good kind of way to drive patients in the door again, especially in the month of January when business tends to kind of dive because everybody's deductibles reset. But January, this January was potentially the best month I've had, like maybe better than any of the months I had all last year combined. So it was, I had a huge influx of patients, and it wasn't even necessarily that there were so many people that brought in the card that I sent out. But I think it was just kind of the notification of, oh, hey, I got something from my chiropractor again. Like, I haven't seen him in forever or whatever. But another thing that I kind of picked up along this, I don't know what you're doing for the birthday stuff, but was actually to send out a handwritten postcard to patients on their birthdays. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like you're doing it on their birthday, but sending it out for the week of whatever their birthday is. So I'll just print out I run ChiroTouch, so there's a really easy way to print out a birthday list for the month, and then whether it's the entire week or you're picking, if you don't have a ton of patients and you're doing it kind of by small groups or whatever, a written note goes a long way for patients, a really long way.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not by any means.
This sounds.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Nick.
No,
this sounds silly, but do you just say happy birthday, we appreciate you as a patient, or do you say anything beyond that? Just keep it simple.
Just keep it simple. From what I've done in the past, just hope you have a special day, or congratulations on your special day, happy birthday. I don't even necessarily say anything about being a patient and coming in and seeing me or anything of the sort. It's just kind of like, hey, this is your day. I hope you have a good one. It just, I don't know if any of you guys have ever read, oh gosh, Dale Carnegie.
How to Win Friends and Influence People.
And to call somebody by their name. So if a patient comes in and you blank on their name, that like is a huge hit. Like you're already a step behind. Same sort of thing. Like if you write a handwritten note, honestly, a phone call over a text. Yes, society's kind of changing a little bit, and texting is like totally fine for the majority of people. But most cases, like that actual interaction goes significantly further than like being more intentional with like something underlying. So to me, like if I put it, I'm not saying that's wrong, but if I put something else underneath there, like thanks for being my patient, or thanks for being our patient, or I can't think of the term now, but like a client member, whatever, to me just kind of undermines that it's their day, it's their special birthday, whatever. That's just me.
Going off that, I just want to throw one quick thing. So report of findings. One doc that I was preceptoring with did a really cool thing that I had not heard of before. So report of finding, they come in, they receive their first true adjustment. And then that evening at the end of the shift, he calls all of his report of findings, and his verbiage is just like, hey, I just want to make sure that you're responding well to that first adjustment. Again, let me know if you need anything. And this is my cell phone number. So I know some people are against giving out their cell phone, but to me, it shows transparency, saying that, hey, not only am I your chiropractor, but I'm there for you for any needs that you might. Here's my direct line. So I think that's a really genuine thing, and it kind of makes it a little bit more personable.
Yeah. When I have followed through and actually contacted patients back, whether it's that same day or the next day, the following day, to kind of see how they're feeling, tremendous response. Patients really like it. They want to know that you care. They want to know that you're thinking about them, and that you're not seeing them as dollars and somebody just came laying down on the table and it's like, yeah, whatever happens, happens.
And I was doing something, I wasn't contacting them that day, but after the adjustment, just let them know, like, just so you know, you might be a little sore from this. If you are, drink extra water, put ice in the area, blah, blah, just to get them that little more personal. And if you did want to do something like that text message, there's always ways of getting to make it feel personable, just by doing like a Google phone number that you can still text patients and call them on, but it's not your direct cell phone number. So if you do have something that you need to just turn it off, you can. So if that's something that anybody did want to do, they always could. But I mean, the personal touch is nice, but depending on what type of office you want to run, I mean, if you're running a super high volume office and you're getting to, say, 20 new patients in a week, that's a lot of people to be calling. So if you're going to do it, stick to it would be my only advice. If that's something that you're going to do, don't stop doing it just because you get tired.
Start early, make it a habit.
Yeah, Brady.
I know.
Okay.
I remember when we were in school, they're like, just start early and make it a habit, because if you don't, you start bad habits, that's what you're going to do. And 2-3 years is my third year in practice. And it's just like, oh, Jesus.
They were right. Okay. So I think that kind of answers the maintenance patients, patient retention. Anybody have any questions that they want to add? Quentin, you just keep watching your show there, bud. You're doing great. Nobody else? Okay. So the other thing that I personally wanted to touch on, because I hear a lot of docs that are doing this and they've seen tremendous results with it, is social media marketing. So Facebook, I know people are paying a ton of money into it, but I feel like between all of our smart brains, we went to school and we studied some pretty hard shit, so we should be able to figure out how to do it ourselves and save $1,500 a month just on somebody else doing it. So I know Justin's had some pretty good success with this, with his super crazy name there. So any input on some of the stuff that you did? I know you gave us some kind of key podcasts and stuff like that, but anything else you'd recommend?
Oh yeah, here, let me pull it up. Let's see if my thing will let me pull this up on. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, let me make sure I got the right thing.
Can't see you, Justin.
Well, what? Who what?
Keep going. You're doing great.
Okay, so go to this website. Let's see, is there a text thing I can do in this application?
There's a comments.
Where the crap is that? Participants, more. I'm like a freaking old person. Chat, found it.
Yep.
Here, go here. So this was this was the program that the guy who managed my page used this, and I gotta say it was pretty phenomenal. It had automation where it would pull once a person clicked on the ad or whatever and fill out their information, it would send them an email or a text if they didn't book an appointment. It would send them an email or a text, or actually both of them, about like 10 minutes later, and then again an hour later. And it would kind of put them through this little flow that made it so I didn't have to do a ton of follow-up, because it would do the text and the email, and it looked pretty genuine when it did. And I got the notifications whenever it did, so I could also hop on at any point and go, hey, add my own little spice. And it did a lot better job, because a lot of other places that do manage, they're going to use like Google Sheets and crap, and that's a freaking mess. And especially they'll always harp on you and say, if you haven't sold them in the first 12 hours, you're screwed. Like, they're not going to sign on. So if timing's that big of a key, this program did a damn good job. And I think it's like $100 either a month or total. But I think it's, of the programs I've looked at, that one's the most worth it.
Okay.
Well, when you say the program, it follows up to ads that you do, or ads that, okay.
So you have, it has a page that you'll sit, like, you build the funnel page, basically. The Facebook ad will say, hey, click here to fill in your information for XYZ. They'll click on that, and it'll send them to a web page that you design on this. And from there, it'll generate their email and their phone number, and it'll automatically start texting them and emailing them and doing all that fun stuff that we all love doing. Yeah.
So any kind of automation would be awesome, because now.
And I mean, it's very, I mean, of all the things that I'm a pleb with, this is one that, like, everyone should be doing this. This is fantastic.
And what about, as far as, I know you're not paying somebody else to do your ads right now. So how did you figure out how to do them, where to target, what you're finding success with? Because I know we were talking to Ryan, and Ryan is doing his own, and he spent a crazy amount of money last month and got nothing. So we want to make sure that we're not doing that.
Yeah, so going with different pictures and doing split A/B testing is, I mean, that's bread and butter, and it's not fun stuff, but that's kind of what you have to do. And honestly, I frequently look at other pages of clinics that I know are doing well, either in my area, and then I try to find some, like, there's a couple docs in like Florida that are seeing 1 billion people that are seeing the same demographic I am. So I look at theirs, because with Facebook's transparency, they have to show what their ad looks like. So I kind of look off that and base stuff. I haven't been able to target, like, I wanted to target auto cases, and I haven't been able to figure out the verbiage for that'll work, but maybe one day I'll be a big kid and figure that out.
Well, what kind of ads are you doing? Are you doing the same ones as Ryan, like the $21 first visit, or are you just doing like?
So I found a fair amount of success. I did like $41, so it was enough that, like, okay, it's not, we're talking, it's still more expensive than a massage, because I want to be, but because when I did like $29, I got the shittiest patients, and the 41 at least kind of helped filter that out a little bit. But every doc that I see that's successful, none of them are running those discount things. It's literally just getting your name out there, and patients are like, oh yeah, my back does hurt. As long as you can have like an intriguing question, because people like love filling out surveys and all that crap, like, oh, what kind of avocado am I this month? Like all that bull crap people do. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What kind of avocado? Nice.
Yeah. I mean, like the dumbest stuff. Everyone loves doing it to find out, oh, which Harry Potter character would I be? So finding ways to get people to engage based off that. So one thing I'm trying to work on building is a questionnaire of, oh, how severe is my low back pain, or something like that, where I'm not trying to like scare them and be like, oh no, you're dying, but hey, if you have radiating pain, guess what? It's more than likely nerve and not vascular like you think. So a pill's not going to fix you. Stuff like that, a little message behind a little quiz to try to sell them. So I'm trying to build that up right now, but that's kind of, I'm a pleb outside of this little website.
And I will say, oh, go ahead, Kenya.
Where are you making your ads? On Facebook, or like, how are you making them?
On Facebook.
Yeah. And I did a Facebook call today. So I started doing one, and then Facebook must have just like looked at it and been like, this guy's failing miserably. And so they called me and were like, hey, we need to set up a time to help you through this. So one of the things that they said to start was, don't do an ad right off the bat. For about 7 days, run just an awareness ad where people just see something from you. So some sort of like tidbit, like maybe what Justin was saying, where it's what kind of avocado I am. And then after that, then you start running basically where they're taking you to your website, hopefully, and you can do some sort of Facebook pixel through your website where it actually tracks the people. If they go to your website and they have a Facebook page, it will tag them, and then you get their information. So then once you do a Facebook ad, you can retarget those people.
I was about to say,
So,
that's the key, is retargeting, because that's
yeah,
where the real money is.
that's where it's at. Because I've just been doing a general Facebook ad. I mean, we're not doing terrible with it. It's working decent, but from what I hear, some of these other guys, they're getting 2 to 3 a day. So there's something that we can be doing to bump it up. So we're gonna start doing that awareness one tomorrow, and get that Google or Facebook pixel tied into the website so we can redirect them. Once I start finding out some more, I'll post it on the Facebook page, so then I can start giving you guys some info on that. But you can always reach out to Facebook's team and they can help you with it.
Yeah, retargeting is the one thing that I've been trying to find answers to that I haven't found anything. So whatever you can pull there is sweet.
So that sounded like a pretty good way to be able to target the people that are going to your website, because you end up making it so that awareness ad, you have it be something they click on that takes them to your website.
Yeah.
And then they already go to it, and then you start targeting those people with Facebook ads. Like when we start talking about Nike shoes, we end up going on Facebook and there's freaking Nike shoe ads. So we're being retargeted and we don't even know it. And that's a way to be able to do it.
I'm gonna have Nike shoes on my computer.
You're looking at them?
Oh, they're just gonna show up now. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. The government's listening.
And avocados.
Right. I could do some more Harry Potter though. I'm cool with that.
I don't have a lot to add to stuff because I kind of spoiled or had been spoiled my wife's brain with all this stuff, and so she's done all of my social media stuff, all the ads, all the targeting, everything. And I'm like,
Sweet. Thanks, honey. So yeah, well,
How much do you think? I guess it's different for everyone, but you know, managing our own is obviously a lot cheaper, but like all the quotes I've gotten has, you know, 15 to 2,500, which is ridiculous. But
yeah.
with this $100 for the link that you just sent us for the automation, and like, how much are you guys looking at for your budget
for ad spend?
Mm-hmm.
I like to keep it somewhere around $1,000. The general golden rule of thumb people always say is, what is it, 10%? Which I think is kind of a weird thing to go off of, but I try to do about $1,000. And again, I'm pretty anal about everything. If my cost per click goes north of 15, I'm cutting the ad and trying something else. I've found the sweet spot. The best I've ever been able to pull off is like $10 per click. But if you're looking at $20 per click, like that sucks.
How long do you guys give it to see if it works?
2 to 3 days, unless it's got a bunch of clicks that are dead ends. But I don't know, Nick, what did Facebook tell you to do?
We haven't gotten to that part yet. So all we've done so far is that awareness one. They're going to call again in a week. So it sounds like if you go through this, they will actually help you set up pretty decent. If you guys don't want to do it, I will post whatever I find out from it, so then you can at least get an idea of where they're going with it and not waste your time. But so far, they haven't done any of that, so I couldn't tell you.
How much is the Facebook? How much is it to do the Facebook pixel?
Should be free. It's just it's a back end thing that you just tie into your website.
Well,
It shouldn't cost.
You can make connections to your other outsource wherever it's going.
Yeah, it shouldn't cost you anything, from my understanding.
It should just be a plugin.
Yeah, the cost that gets incurred is once you actually create your ads and you start getting ad clicks, is where the cost starts to incur.
Well, and those are like $10, right? 10 or $20.
It depends.
Per click?
No, just to create the ad on Facebook.
I don't think it costs anything to create the ad either. So if you're creating it, it shouldn't cost anything.
Doesn't cost
Oh,
me.
I'm thinking of, so like you create an ad and then you like there's always a button on Facebook. Do you want to boost this post and reach whatever X amount of more people?
Yeah.
I haven't done any boosts yet, so I could not speak to
I
that.
did that for my for when I opened, and I did like a couple days for $10 a day. I don't know. It was like $30 just to let everybody know that I was opening and whatever.
Do you feel like it expanded and you got good feedback from that, or was it a waste of $30?
It was a waste of $30 because I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
One thing I know a lot of people talk about is if you're pretty constant, like Brady said he is, if you're putting out content, you boost a post that you want to maybe use as an ad, and that way you'll kind of get a dummy out there. If it did well on the boost, then go ahead and pump it out. And then the odds are, I mean, your cost benefit analysis is a lot cheaper that way. You're not going to be pumping a ton of money into a dying ad. If it did well on boost, then it'd probably do well in the ad.
Okay.
So instead of treating it as a way, like I get what you did. I mean, opening up, try to get your name out any way you possibly can. But now that we can be a little more frugal and a little more intentional with our money, use it as part of your process for finding the ad that's working.
Bam. Any questions? I'm sure there's a ton once you guys start getting into it. Any resources that anybody has found useful as far as creating, if you could post that on the Facebook page for everybody, that'd be awesome. Just so that we can all utilize that. Because like I said, I don't want to pay anybody $1,500 to do something that I feel like we could do ourselves. I don't know about you, but I got some time on my hands, so let's do it. Any other comments, questions?
Justin, change your name.
And put your video
with it.
on.
My name, it's what I name my iPad.
What does it mean?
Good thing. Because normally whenever I'd buy or get a new phone, it was crappy thing. And so this one is good thing.
Oh, God. At least put your video on. God.
I'll put clothes on next time, so I'm not.
I don't care if you have clothes on or not. Look at Q.
Listen,
You
I'm
can't
marketing
even
it,
see-
right?
You can only see from Q's nose up. So
Yeah.
Man,
He's totally fine. He could be totally getting a blowjob right now and we wouldn't even know. So
That's the dream.
With a baby.
but the baby won't remember, right? They're not forming long-term memories at that age.
You don't remember?
I don't remember any BJs my dad got when I was young.
Poor dad.
So yeah. So I know the Facebook groups were just getting going. So if anybody has any comments, questions, concerns on that, and if you could start posting stuff to it, I'd appreciate it, just so we can start getting some stuff going. Like just anything awesome that you have going on, anything like that would be awesome. And then I am starting a podcast in this. So I'm going to start doing interviews with each and every one of you. So get ready for that because it's happening. We're going to be talking about kind of what you did in school, how well you felt prepared, anything that you felt like other students should be knowing, what you did up until opening. If you used a boost on your Facebook page, did you feel like it was worth it? If not, let's go over that. So I want to start trying to use this. I'm going to use it for selfish reasons, not going to lie, because I want to know if you're doing something that's working, I want to know about it. I'm tired of talking to some doctors and they're just like, I don't know, I just did it. Like, bullshit, you did something, let's figure out what it is. And let's get everybody to be able to utilize it because we should be helping each other out. I mean, there's too much of chiropractors hating other chiropractors. So let's get over that shit and help more people. So if you have anything that you want to be talked about on our next call, let us know in that Facebook group too. If you're struggling with something like that.
Impotence.
Can't help you there, man.
Wow.
How did your lunch and learn thing go? Like,
So mine was actually really good. So I have it at one of the healthiest food places ever called the Chicken Shack. And yeah, it smelled so good. I wanted a piece of that chicken so bad. I didn't. But so I went and we have an outdoor mall here and it was for the maintenance people. So it was like in their shed with all their lawnmowers and stuff. And I just went, gave them all food. It was only 5 people and most of them were fairly kind of lower income. But just like one of the ladies doesn't speak a lick of English. So I don't think she understood anything that I said, but she came in. So I had two people sign up. They both paid for it, and they both signed on for care. That lady that didn't speak English, I did the entire ROF on Google Translate. Like, didn't I know Buenos Dias, Boca Abajo, and Adios. So everything else was Google Translate, and it went really well. So don't underutilize those lunch and learns.
That's awesome.
And from everything that I've experienced with it, just done is better than perfect. So don't wait until you have a talk. Don't wait until, oh, I'm waiting to fill out this restaurant. Go ask restaurants, get them done, and then start your talks ASAP. Start getting them done because
Shit your pants later. Just get it scheduled, make it happen, because that's the biggest thing. I mean, I'm located inside of a CrossFit gym, and I'll do classes, set up a class like a one I've done a bunch of times, just a core class, a core strengthening class, or like just giving people the general awareness of what their core even means and then how to utilize it with a little bit of a workshop at the end of it all. And I've done them as short as like 30 to 45 minutes and as long as about an hour and a half. It's just, I hate scheduling them. I hate getting them set up, but every time that I do, I tend to have a pretty decent showing. I think I had 16 at my last one.
Nice.
And then, I mean, I've pulled people that don't even go to the gym, that came and they now practice, patience as well as have since also joined the gym. So it's benefiting me. It's also benefiting the gym, but you just got to schedule.
Yeah.
Most of the time I just drag my feet on it because I'm like, I don't really want to do it. But once you do it, then it's like, well, fuck, it's already on the schedule and everybody knows. So
yeah, and if you want to be held accountable, put it on the Facebook page that you want to do it, and I will harp the hell out of you to make sure that you get it done. So
I will too.
if you want to be getting something done, put it on there. And that's one of the reasons that I was, when Brady said that he wanted to do this, I was like, hell yeah, man, we can hold each other accountable. We can start trying to get us seeing more people. And that's what it all comes down to. And as far as talks go too, I personally am starting to do natural grocers talks. If you have a natural grocers around you, they allow doctors to speak for free. So come up with an idea. If you need one, let me know. I've got tons of ideas. And like I said, done is better than perfect. So just go give a talk. It doesn't even have to be the best. Just go do it. I mean, I just did one last month towards the end of it, and I had one dude show up. And I was like, so it's just going to be you and me, pretty intimate. So I sat down next to him and I gave him the entire talk, and it was great. So you never know who you're going to help and experience with. So start doing some talks if you can, and you can start tweaking it, making it your own. So then hopefully you can start doing lunch, dinner with docs. I found those extremely beneficial as well.
Well, how much did it cost you for those 5 people? Like,
It was
you
about,
buy Chicken Shack?
yeah, so it was $70, and then I did $40 new patient special, so I made $80. So it paid for itself just for them saying they were going to come in. I set up a Square account so I can take a payment right there, and then you try your damnedest not to let them get on the schedule without paying right there.
Okay.
Sweet.
Hey Nick, so I'm pretty new to the group. One thing I noticed was that it was an open public page, so you might want to look at switching it to a private group if that's your intention or not. If you've already done it.
I don't mind anybody inviting other chiropractors. If you feel like somebody's going to benefit from it, get them on here. So that's why
No,
I
it was
didn't.
like if I commented, it would show up on my Facebook feed, or like
I see.
how I saw
Okay.
it was you tagged Ryan Unruh in a post, and that's how I even found this group.
I'm okay with that. More
Okay.
chiropractors get in here, the better.
Okay.
Is everybody else cool with that?
Technically, it's your Facebook page, so
Well, like I said, I figured there's only going to be probably like 10 people on the actual Zoom calls, but everybody can benefit from the stuff that we post outside of it. So
What other accountability things are you guys doing? I see this is one, and then you guys are going to do a podcast, but are you doing any other video procedures, or are you doing any other stuff like that?
So I don't want to do procedures and stuff like that because I don't want it to just be a specific style of practice. Because I mean, if we go from all of us, I feel like in this group have a different way of practicing. So if I start doing procedures, I don't mind calling somebody or going through certain things, because this is not going to be like a specific Pinnacle group. It's not going to be a Maximize Living, blah, 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 blah. So if somebody needs help with that, I don't mind at least offering my kind of insight, but I don't want it to be taken as this is a specific to one group, because what I say in here, somebody else is probably not going to agree with. So I don't want it to be anything. I don't want to get politics involved. I just want to be helping people help others. So I have, as far as accountability goes, I mean, I will help hold you accountable to whatever you want. So just let me know.
No, I'm not asking. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not. I'm just seeing what this is about. I don't want you to call me.
Kenya's going to be having a talk next week. It's happening.
I'm just trying to see what to look out for, really.
I mean, the biggest thing, so Brady wanted to do the talks like this. He wanted to do the monthly calls where we just get on, have a drink, kick back, kind of say like, hey, this has helped, this has worked, this isn't working. What are you guys struggling with? Just trying to help each other. And then I kind of wanted to take it a step further and start interviewing people, get it so that, because I mean, we talk to so many different docs throughout a year. I can't remember everything that they say. So if we get it on video, then it's going to be a lot easier to go back to and say like, hey, this is what they said. So that was my intention with it. Whatever, if it evolves into anything else, that'd be awesome. Sky's the limit as far as that kind of stuff goes. I mean, I've seen podcasts start super small and then they end up being huge. So I'm not trying to be the next Tom Bilyeu by any means, but
Well, my last question is, who can each of you say like your biggest referral? Like who refers the most to you? Like, is it a mom? Is it, I know it's different for everybody, but who's referred the most patients and why do you think that is?
Moms,
moms.
because they're moms groups. Moms talk. Men don't. Men do not tend to talk to each other.
Yeah. Kenya, are you in
mean,
any moms groups?
I am.
Okay, good.
I mean, my wife's been a huge advocate for me, just like even getting into some of the moms groups in the areas. But even at that, it's just like, just these tiny little plugs. One person comes in, you treat them really well, and there's like, holy crap, you got to go see this person. And it just spreads like wildfire.
And then another thing that I've seen so I just got a notification, so you guys know we're allowed to go over 40 minutes on this one. I don't know why, but whatever. And one of the things I saw other doctors do is as soon as somebody's feeling better, you give them, say, 2 pages of your new patient paperwork, the first 2 pages. Say, it's awesome that you're feeling better. If you know anybody else we can help, please send them in. Just do a referral statement and give them that paper. And then they can say it's a $40 visit, whatever you want to do. But you're giving patients the idea that they can refer to you, because a lot of patients, it's not that they don't want to, they just don't think about it. So if you give them a reason to say, oh, shoot, yeah, I'm feeling better, they probably could help so and so. So have those like an envelope ready with just say, here you go. If you could give this to somebody, we could start changing more people's lives.
Any of you have like an iPad to do like a straight Google review? I've been seeing like.
Yeah, I do. So I'm going to get it set up. It's $50 a month. In Kenya, I can get you hooked up because he his company's based out of Lewisburg, Kansas, but he puts a tablet in your office and basically you put it wherever you want. But then once you get some good feedback from a patient, you're like, okay, here's our tablet. You can pick sad face, straight face, or smiley face. When they click smiley face, it says, do you want to leave a 5-star review? Yes. And then it sends them a text message. They click the message on their inbox, pre-populates into Google review. Because honestly, it's hard to leave a Google review, like know where to go on Google. So this pulls you to the 5-star section. They fill it in and then just click submit, and it pre-populates 5-star reviews like crazy. The good thing about that too is it filters out. So say they leave you a 3 or 4-star review, it redirects it back to your phone. So you get the 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 reviews and are able to contact the patient, just kind of clear the water, fix anything that was wrong, any of your systems that could be fixed, and they don't show up on Google.
Okay.
I don't know the exact name of the app, but I can get you in contact with the company.
Yeah, if you could put that on the Facebook page, that'd be awesome. And then as far as asking for Google reviews, if you go on your Google My Business page, you can find a link that goes directly to a Google review. And then I just made a script basically, like I have a Word document for different, if I want to send a text for a Google review or an email, blah, blah, blah. Because if you do an email, you can actually do a hyperlink, so then they can click on that. And if you guys want more, I can give you that. But you get that link and you just, as soon as they feel better, as soon as they have some sort of like, yeah, I'm doing much better, send them a Google review request. So then you can start getting Google reviews that way. I would recommend doing it that way and not just saying, getting a whole bunch at the same time, because Google will, their analytics will track that.
Yeah.
And if you get all 5-star reviews from 20 different people in 3 days, they're going to be like, something's wrong here. So they're not going to give you all of them, or they'll kind of knock it down. So be careful with that.
Yeah, if you can send me that, because I tried to do my own thing, and like everyone that I sent it to, they were like, "This is taking me to a blank page," and
Yeah,
I went to it, and then I copied the link, and it just didn't work for me. So, but
Yeah,
I mean, I still got some reviews, but.
and I will, if you ever want a Google review, let me know. I will definitely give everybody a Google review, just to help you out.
Google just started checking it. It now checks location. So if you haven't stepped foot into practice, it hits you negative. It's not that it doesn't help; it actually hurts. So
Okay.
Having friends and family and stuff make fake accounts or do all that crap that people used to do, like that's actually gonna start pinging you. So just a heads up, because one guy next to me, he went from like 3 reviews to I want to say like 56 in a matter of like a month, and he's not doing great. It did not work like he thought it would.
Okay. And then I say with that, I'd probably be careful with asking them to do it in your office too, because
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they might be, they might, I have heard of some people that would pressure quote unquote patients to do them in the office. So I don't know if that's true, but if it's geotagging already with that, they might be starting to frown upon doing them right in the office. I don't know though. I mean, I haven't heard anything about
the one place they like it. That's weird.
Yeah. I leave all my Google reviews on the toilet, so I'm not doing it in the office or in the fast food place. So maybe Google knows that. I don't know.
I have another question. I know I'm just what are some questions that you ask for the video testimony? Like I want to start doing those. So like what do you I don't know. I don't know any questions to ask.
So I was doing them at the office I was at previously, and I mean, first you just need to ask them if they'll do a video testimonial. Like it won't take long, and then you got to kind of tailor it to their case, because if you don't want to have just a general. If somebody came in with a headache and this person has low back pain, you're not going to say like, how did it help your headaches, right? You're going to tailor it to whatever their condition was when they first came in. So I honestly just sat down, recorded a conversation with the person. Like, so what brought you into our office? What were your initial thoughts? How long did it take you to get out of pain? What type of pain did you start noticing went away first? Like anything specific to that person's case, because everybody's going to be slightly different and you don't want them to be just kind of general reviews. Don't want it to just be, yeah, Greg had great headache relief, come in and see us. So if they give any kind of personal, like, I started able to be able to pick up my daughter again, blah, 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 and it's more personable, people will like that better. So I would tailor it to that and just say, you know what, on my next lunch hour, do you mind coming and getting your adjustment right at the beginning of it? We can get that recorded, and then I'll get it posted and edited.
Okay.
Does that help?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if anybody else does them. I bet you Bria does a whole bunch. She probably would know. She keeps walking by in the back. Nope. Okay. Nice cue.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
The baby's crying, so.
The baby.
Yeah. If she's crying, she's the baby.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Party on, dudes.
And I'll take this link and I'll put it, the one that Justin did, the Go High Level, I'll put it on the Facebook page.
Okay.
And
I
then
have another
Josh,
question before you guys hang up.
Yeah.
Have you guys found any deals on promos, or what's your favorite giveaways? So like ice packs or pins or anything like that. But what's your favorite giveaways at like vendor booths or something? Do you guys do any of that?
We don't really give anything away per se. We have done we've like cut up sheets of bubbles, like bubble wrap, and been like, hey, here's like your stress relief thing, and then we'll have like a card on it. So like pop 7. But like in the office we'll send like shirts out to people who give us reviews and stuff. And they're comfy. They're like $1 per shirt.
did you get those shirts local? Both of you? Brady? Yeah.
Ran through, but you can get these anywhere really.
Yeah.
I would recommend doing it local. That's just another business.
So I did BioFreeze. If you go on BioFreeze's website and say you're a physician and say that you have an event coming up, I ended up saying that I had an event that it was supposed to have like 10,000 people, and they sent me 10,000 packs of BioFreeze samples with my name and office number on them for free. So that's a great handout that's free. If you go to a senior expo, definitely take something, because everybody at those just wants something for free. That's all they go there for, is to fill up their bag of free stuff. Other than that, I just didn't do any free stuff. We did a myovision scan, auricular acupuncture, posture screening. That's your free thing, so you can just do that. Or if you like BioFreeze, get on their website and get a whole bunch of it for free. I see Kenya pondering. Anything else?
What was the biggest money saver, you guys? Like, if you think back to your first 6 months or whatever opening, like, what do you think back and say, like, man, I saved a lot of money because I didn't do that, or I did do that, or, you know?
I
'Cause I'll be in my third month.
Other than that, we've wasted a lot of money.
Wasted on what?
Yeah. Just
Like promo
stuff.
Yeah, Q went in a little hot. He went in hot. I remember talking to him, and I was like, "Geez, man, deep budget."
Office is real nice, real expensive though.
Yeah. My office looked cheap, and I've slowly built it up over the years. Like, I got a table that was cheap as crap. I hated it. I still freaking hate whenever I have to use that stupid thing as my second room. But I only upgraded to a nice table after, I think, in my second year, and then just a lot of stuff I've upgraded over time. But
I know.
Practicing on my table from school.
yeah, I know. Every time I see a video with Brady, I'm like, geez, man, I hate that table with all my heart.
Oh, I do too. But you know what? It fucking works, and it's
Yeah,
paid.
hey. I've just got a
And-
couple like people who push forward 400 to 500 pounds, so I can't do that on that
A
table.
little shady.
Oh, he does it. He can do it. Kenya, don't pay for one thing that I thought was really stupid, but I was talking to, I think, Ryan and Ike about it, and they were paying a service to do their shredding. Buy a shredder and shred it yourself.
Like $100
So
bucks.
much cheaper. $100
Or
bucks
a
a
burn
month.
barrel.
Or if you're in Kansas, so yeah, you have open burning. We can't in Colorado. They frown upon it, but
You
whatever.
guys open burn in the streets. What are you talking about?
different burning, bud.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, and we
Hey,
do that.
Same law up here too.
Yeah, they do it up in
Oh, that's
Brady's
right.
neck of the woods. So yeah, just find ways that you can save money like that. Don't pay other people. Find as many things that you're paying somebody else to do, and see if you can do it yourself. So if you're paying somebody to do your shredding, if you're paying somebody to, I know some people pay to have their clothes, their scrubs and stuff like that washed or tailored, or even like their gowns, something like that.
Who is
Do it
so
all.
bougie to do that?
You'd be surprised, man.
What the hell?
So just find as many things that you could be doing yourself and do them yourself for now, until you get to a point where you're like, I'm tired of doing this.
I'd say the
afford to
best
do it.
rule of thumb that I did was, if you weight everything on a scale of time versus money, until you've got the money, your time is what you've got is the one thing you can actually spend. So
Sweat equity.
say what?
Sweat
Sweat
equity.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know, when you have too much money and not enough time, that's when you start throwing dollars around. But at least that's how I did it. And my office is cheap as crap. So
Unless you absolutely hate doing it, pay somebody to do it. If you get into work and you're like, personally, I hate folding scrubs. If I could pay somebody, or not scrubs, sorry, gowns. If I could pay somebody to fold my gowns, I would totally do it. Because if I have to go in before a shift and fold all my gowns, I'm going to go into that shift pissed off that I had to fold all my damn gowns. And then am I given a good adjustment?
yes.
Sure.
Nice.
Haroshea. Can't even pronounce it, man. Every time I look at it, I'm like, just put your damn picture on there.
Nah,
Show
man.
me.
The biggest thing for me that's saved me the most money is like when I went to go open, in my head, I wanted to do the whole, traditional chiropractic office in your strip mall, blah, blah, blah. My wife was like, just go find a fucking room. Find a goddamn room, whether it's in a yoga studio, a gym, a dentist office, doesn't fucking matter. Go find a damn room. And honestly, my whole setup just kind of fell in my lap. I joined a CrossFit gym because we were moving up to the area, and they were like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "I'm a chiropractor." And they're like, "We wanted to have a chiropractor in our gym." And I'm like, "Well, that's pretty sweet. I've been looking for a space." And they're like, "We have it." I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me." And it fell in my lap, and it's been cheap as hell. And I've been able to ride that for a couple of years, and it's been
Story of
my
Brady's life. Story of Brady's life. I love you, man, but everything falls into your lap.
I wish that it did. That'd be great. If it did, I'd be booming right now.
Oh, you'll get there. That's what our goal is.
Right?
We're all friends, and we're gonna get friends seeing more other friends.
I have my call with my loan guy this month.
Maria just mentioned.
Quentin, your like internet's terrible or something, man.
Yeah, are you at McDonald's, Quentin?
Sorry. No, just
There's
Iowa.
one way to save money: have cheap internet.
All right, I'm sharing it from the McDonald's next door.
Yeah. All right, what were you saying, Q?
Yeah, no, like our best ROI, probably maybe not our best, not maybe. It's so cheap to do it, but we send mailers to new residents, and you would be surprised how good that's worked.
Interesting. Okay, there's
It's like a
services that'll
custom
do
letter
that.
that we type
What
out
do
with
you
the
say
coupon
on
that we
the
type
mail?
out, print out.
So there's a company that'll do it. I think they're called Nextdoor. See if there's any
Mhm.
representatives in your area, but they'll just send out a flyer that says like, "Hey, new to the area, we're your new chiropractor. Come on in, enjoy a new patient special."
For apps, is that what you're talking about?
Kind of, but we handwrite it for them. We handwrite the envelope and then we literally mail it. So, I mean, it's, like you said, our time is free.
Yeah, there's.
Wait, so you make it? You do everything yourself? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. We print out a letter. Says, hey, welcome to the area. No, it's stressful. I'd like to be a part of your health team. Stuff like that. Here's a coupon. Type of thing for the first exam. Yeah,
Where do you get their address, or where's that?
So that's the funky part. You can go to like the assessor's website, and you can only basically see people who have bought a new house. So that helps. Well, there was something called like community greetings. I don't know if they're elsewhere around here, and they're supposed to go to the house and actually talk to people about everything that's in there. And then we found out that they weren't actually doing that. So that was a waste of. Yeah, and we were literally sending the same thing out, and people would bring back, because it's a bright piece of paper. The coupon is like we print that out on a bright Astro Bright. So
That's a good call. I want to say there might be a website that you can do through the library that you can look at people who have recently purchased. I'll look it up and put it on the Facebook page because can't recall it off the top of my head. But you can also look up businesses. So if you're ever doing cold calling for businesses, you can start trying to get some talks and stuff set up that way.
A way to get in for like
oh, Yeah, Bria also said to send the business a basic letter and then cold call on the letter. It's like a week to call.
You have templates for those letters, Q?
Yeah, pretty much. Depends on the season.
So are they allowed to be shared?
Yeah, I mean, we stole them. So
Cool. Okay.
no, Bria made them. I
Okay.
stole them from her.
Okay. That'd be awesome.
And you guys just print those yourself? Or
Yeah, so that is something we kind of we didn't skimp initially, but it saved us a lot of money, I would say, because we use a lot of paper. Like we print and we write on paper, kind of old school. I know a lot of people scan stuff or just simply have patients fill out stuff online or whatnot, but we like the paper aspect. And so we bought a nice printer that can print a lot really fast. But toner wise, it's saved us probably thousands because of that. So
Cool.
yeah, so we thought long term. And honestly, I would never have thought of that, but my mom works as a front desk secretary type and told me about how much they spend on ink. And said,
I
nope.
spend way too much on ink. Hey, show me the baby.
We've seen the baby the entire time. He keeps putting like,
My screen only goes to whoever's talking. What
well,
the hell?
you need to fix your
The
screen.
gallery view. Oh, gallery
bud.
view. Science. I'm an
Yeah,
adult.
I've been looking at everybody like as I'm talking, so hopefully nobody's doing anything dirty.
Well, I mean, I have been the whole time, but
Well, yeah,
whatever.
because you're not sharing, you butthead. But
Yeah, no, I mean, you can, I think we pay like $27 a month for toner.
Well, what I
Nice.
was gonna say is if like you don't want to print a bunch, but you still want to send like a generic letter. You guys heard of Canva?
Yeah.
Go on there, create like a little flyer, and then email that to a bunch of HR directors at companies, and then that's you're into a cold call, if you will.
So don't you screenshot it?
Yeah, I just screenshot the thing I made on Canva, so you don't have to.
nice. You don't have to buy it.
yeah.
Hey, Bria, next time can you just be on the call and have Q take over for the baby?
It's not my fault. I had the kid yelling.
It's my life every night, so.
Someone told me to do like for one piece of paper, you can do a template. You can either do like make it in thirds or like 6 or 9, or if you want squares. And then when you get it printed, you're only paying for one piece of paper, but you can have them cut it
Yeah.
for multiple things.
Yeah, I guess we just do the full size because it's a big piece of paper and we're a big deal. I guess, I don't know.
I'm counting pennies here.
So yeah, you can do it in like just even half sheets, so then you have 2 to page. That'll still save you. It cuts it in half at least.
These are some good ideas, guys. These are really
Sweet.
good.
Oh, good. That was the hopes.
Trying to think, I don't know what else we've done that's really
Who is Galaki?
Glowacki.
Glowacki.
How do you spell that?
Glow and then Aki.
Glow with a W?
Yeah.
Is it
Oh, I
really?
didn't know the W.
Yeah, Glowaki. Right?
Yes.
It sounds funny, but he knows he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he's Polish, so
He's a Hirosha Eshtuka.
God damn it. Justin, if you don't have video next time, I'm just kicking you off.
What? Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm being told to put it on. Hold on. Let me get a shirt on.
I don't care. Let me see your white chest.
It's so white, guys. Holy crap. All right, here we go. And science. Oh,
Yeah.
who's Laser, by the way?
what's
Do you have something else logged in to this?
Oh, apparently Ember can't be seen.
That's because that's me. I'm Laser, but I tried to log in at 7:00 my time, and then I made a new account. I'm not sure how that happened.
That's awesome. Epic. Well, now you know, so
Well played.
cool.
All right.
what else have we done that didn't work? is a waste. Schools are cheap to get into. They tend to work out well. We have one school that actually does like a health fair every year that you can get into. And at least teachers in Iowa have great benefits on their insurance. So
And spring and summer vendor shows are duds.
Not in Washington.
How do you
Uh,
find those? I'm not finding a lot of school events, or no, I'm not getting any feedback from the PTA.
yeah, you got to get a hold of like the superintendent.
Our initial thing is that like 4 weeks out before school starts is you send them a letter to the principal. More than likely, whoever like the receptionist is going to get it, either toss it or give it to them and they'll read it, but it's still your way to get in, have a reason to call. Like, hey, I sent this piece of mail. It's for whatever you're trying to do. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, even though they never saw it, just because they're embarrassed to throw something away, or they actually read it and they're interested or not, but it's still your way of connecting. And what we do is we go to at least the closest 5 school districts around us, and each district has X amount of elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, even like special ed schools too. Like all those people want something.
Yeah, or you can just do what some people do and say you sent in something and just call them.
Save some money. Hey, it's a way to save money.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that flyer I sent last week. Yeah. It's on a white
Freaking
piece of
cute.
paper.
That's funny.
Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, there's always like farmers markets. Like some of them around us are, I mean, they're during shift. So one of us would go, or if you can schedule it around that, you can just go on your own. Those can be $5 depending on where you're at. We have one that's free. It's obviously not a good one, but it's free.
I don't like them.
I didn't either, personally.
They're
Most
not
people that go
fun,
to
but if you're starting out, it's
most people go to a farmer's market to get their fruits and vegetables. So when you're like, hey, you want a free nerve scan or some auricular acupuncture, or hey, just come chat with me, I'll buy you a peach. Palisade peaches are really good, so people do like them. But
yeah. No, that's why mailers, we kind of stumbled upon them. We get 1 or 2 every time we send one out. So
What's your how many people? Like, what's your
it can be 100.
We do it about once a month.
what's more?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but something like we like to do with local businesses that even Glow's marketing girl taught us was like gift baskets, but people use gift baskets, they throw it away, whatever's in them they use and it's gone. One of the things they said was getting like a little small succulent. Those suckers never die, and every time that person sees it, they're gonna remember, oh, who that came from, kind of thing. So
that's a good call.
Mhm.
King Supers has those, and they, like you said, they don't die, so nobody is going to feel bad about it never dying.
Yeah, and again, gift baskets are seasonal. So like spring into summer, it's like sand castle type of buckets, and then you fill those up with fun summer stuff. So,
Sweet.
yeah.
Come in.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I did record some of this video too, so if anybody wants it, let me know.
Okay.
Wasn't the whole thing. I've never recorded it, so this is my first time doing that. So yay, hope it works.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, for the Clevelanders, did you guys see the rock that what's his face? He's in the Facebook group. Shoot, he just got engaged.
Kyle?
Marcus,
Kyle has-
Marcus.
yes, his fiance.
Holy yes, that's a huge rock.
I feel like you guys didn't know Marcus is very well off.
Mhm.
3-year salary, right?
That
No.
That's
Fuck
from
no.
the office. That's
Like
from the
co-owner.
office.
Vince,
No,
Yeah.
so,
I got the hookup, so I was lucky personally.
Yeah.
yeah, no, he partnered into a very well off office.
Yeah, he's freaking rolling.
So.
Mm.
Hey, we'll be rolling here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just
right,
Steiner
thanks,
even knows how
Kenya.
the massive
Keep it
rock.
real.
Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go because I'm an idiot. But later, guys. Хорошая штука.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Kick some butt this week.